mile run. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna miss whatever happens on the live feeds. But you know what? The live feeds actually got me through my run because I was like, you know what? I still have a phone and I have my headphones. So I threw the live feeds on the headphones and it reminded me of when I'm running on the treadmill and because I just hate running. So it gave me the adequate distraction I needed to get me through that run. Thanks, big brother. I couldn't believe what I was watching, but I should have known. I couldn't believe what I was watching, but I should have known anyways. Because I saw at the beginning when Jared and Izzy were trying to talk to Corey a couple hours ago. And they were like, well, what if we flip the house? Because Cameron is against us. And we don't want to go on the block. So maybe it would be better if Cameron goes out. And I'm like, oh, we couldn't be doing this again. We couldn't be doing this again, could we? I'm like, nah, not with Heisem. No way. He threw all of y'all under the bus. Last night, I was watching him tell everybody that it's going to be his personal mission, if he stays, to pick off the professors one by one. What's up, Andrew? There's no way that those same professors that he just said he's going to pick off one by one are going to be campaigning to save him, right? 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 Okay, so then Izzy goes into the HOH room with Sari after talking to Sari. And the two of them coming to the conclusion that it might make sense to save Heisem. But we're just talking. Oh, nothing has been decided yet. But we're just talking. It's just talking right now. So I'm like, okay, there is no way in hell that they are going to be able to convince Felicia to make Heisem stay. She just disrespected him. I mean, he just disrespected her. She wouldn't give him... She asked him at the end of their conversation, can you give me a hug? And he said, no, don't touch me right now. And she was mad about that, and she was telling everybody she was mad about that. And I'm like, Mama Faye, don't play. They're not going to be able to convince her. Their thought was, oh, Cameron might be the more dangerous choice to stay in the house. Because Cameron has had all of our names in his mouth. Did Heisem not have all of their names in his mouth less than 12 hours ago? Especially Izzy. Izzy's name was at the tip of his tongue. And she's the main person right now trying to convince everybody to keep that man in the house. Am I losing my mind? I feel like I'm losing. Either they're all crazy or I'm crazy, because I am not understanding the logic. And then they're like, we can put him in his place if we save him, because he's gonna have this allegiance and loyalty to us if we save him. And Izzy, so they, oh God, my mind is going a million miles a minute. So they don't, Mama Faye, she's like, I want him in the room with all of us because I can look people in the eye and tell when they're lying to me. So I still couldn't believe what's happening. Talk to him, and they're telling him, now we're considering having to stay. He's like, oh, really? Y'all are considering having me stay? Yes, but we have all these conditions for you. Please tell me. He's like, please tell me the conditions. And they're like, Mama Faye is like, well, you can't target me as soon as you get the chance. You can't target any of us. You gotta stay solid with the 7. until we get to the 7, and then it's every man and woman for themselves. You can't go for revenge on us. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man, it's like talking to a man on death row and being like, we're gonna not give you the injection if you promise not to kill anybody anymore, and if you promise that you're gonna have a change of heart and you're gonna be a good man from here on out. You're gonna change your ways and be better than you've ever been before. And they're gonna be like, yeah, 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 I'll do anything. Like, a desperate man is going to agree to whatever stipulations that they have, because the guy thought he was a goner a few hours ago. These are the first people who have approached him with any kind of option of him staying in the house. So what the heck do you expect this guy to say? Are y'all playing Big Brother or Big Stupid? Like, I want to go in that house and be like, what's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all cannot make a decision to save y'all lives. And I'm not even saying that Hisam staying would have been the worst thing in the world. It's just that it's not a good thing at this stage. He cleaned out your whole closet. He snitched all the names that are in your alliance. He said these were the plans for the upcoming weeks. These are the people who were talking about y'all. I'm going to gun for each one of them one by one. Now he's sitting here like, oh, my family. This is the best option for me, is to stick with my family. And families fight. And families come back together. And, y'all are my family, and we can all start clean slate from here and go on from here. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what game we're playing. They're playing big Russian roulette right now. Because what if Hisam wins the next competition? Did they think of that? They're running through all these scenarios. Okay, if Red wins, Red will put this person on the block. And if this one wins, and then if America wins, she'll put this one on the block. And if this one wins, they'll put that one on the block. And if that one wins, they'll put this and this one on the block. What if Hisam wins? If Hisam wins, he can put anyone on the block. It's his. That's the thing about Big Brother. It's not big monopoly. It's not big mind control. You can't force him to do anything. And you can't trust him to do anything, especially after all the things that he said in the past 24 hours. Please. If Hisam stays, he's going to have to fix it with anyone because he's on an island and nobody trusts him. Miss Snappy Kid. Hi, Mark. It's wild. Hey, Miss Snappy Kid. It is wild. The wild, wild Big Brother house. I'm on Jared's side. I can't work with Izzy anymore. Jared was actually part of this crazy plan. Now Matt is talking to Bowie. That's a weird combination. I hardly ever see them talk. If I was them and they kept Hisam, I would just use him as a shield. But the problem is he can win comps. So then he's not a shield. He's like a dangerous man with a weapon. Hisam had all the tiers, and apparently they worked. No way they think Cameron is a bigger threat than Hisam. That's insane. That is insane to me. This house is backwards. Last week they thought Riley was a bigger threat than Cameron. Also insane to me. Can you blame him because he's trying to stay? I don't think he went about staying the best way, but I can blame all the house for their crazy thoughts about how having him in the house now is better for them. Please. You know how many people he promised things to? If Heisen pulls this off, I want him to win the game. Man, I don't blame him. I think it's smart. It's Chocolate. Am I going nuts? Or are they going nuts? Let me know. Because you always keep it real with me. Am I going nuts or are they going nuts? Because it's one or the other. They F'd Heisem. He may flip now. Exactly. Like, if you wanted to work with him, this is not the point where working with him makes any sense. I'm hyped up tonight. I am hyped up tonight. I just finished a run, and I was listening to all this garbage while I was running, and I was like, I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to get out of here and get back on this live and see what everyone else thinks of this craziness. He needs to get out now. They got me in mid-season form. I'm usually laid back at the beginning of the season. They got me feeling in mid-season form on week 3 because I get hyped up. But it's early for me to feel like this. It's so early. He can only win HOH until the next time he's eligible. Isn't he a psychiatrist slash geriatric physician? And that's scary. I think that I missed this comment. Please like, subscribe, share, and set your notification bell. Because I'm going to be off of here before the episode. I'm going to watch the episode, which comes on in 25 minutes. And then I'll be back after the episode is done for a recap. Did Heisem have actual tears? No, he had serial killer tears. Where it was like, he was talking his voice was quivering, but I didn't see any actual tears coming out of his eyes, which was weird and scary to me. Oh, and then there was this whole weirdness where Miss Felicia mentioned that he didn't give her the hug, and she felt a way about that, and he was like, oh, give me a hug. Oh, and then he hugged her up, and I'm like, he's like, I was not ready. I was not ready at that time, but I'm ready now. And I'm like, this is nuts. I can't have unstable people around me. Wouldn't even care about the game at this point. I would just be like, you are an unstable man, and I need you away from me. I love me a good flip. You know what? I told you last night. These people in this house are raising my blood pressure. But it's making for great TV. I will say that. There's so much to talk about. If they keep him and he flips again, they cannot be surprised. How are they acting like they can trust him now? I remember, you know what, Tammy? I was literally about to name this title, The Math Is Not Mathing. Because that Mimi clip applies to this house at least 10 times a day. The math is not mathing. They're doing all this math. But the root of this math equation is trusting Heisem. That is a core central piece of this math equation they're doing. Oh, this number goes with this, and this number goes with that. This number goes with this, and this number goes with that. You're depending on trusting Heisem at the core of this math equation. Are y'all crazy? They would be a fool to keep him. Thank you. Corey is pissed to pissivity. This is what you call good TV. Corey is the only one making sense right now. Corey is like, why should we keep Heisem in this house? He's dangerous, and he's going to be hard to get out of the house. 2 episodes, the professors were disposable, right? Who is going to win comps for the professors? The young people will pick them off one by one if they evict Heisem. But they already showed that they're against Heisem. They put him on the block. That's the issue. The issue is not whether it would have been a good play to keep Heisem before they put him on the block. It's like, as Corey was telling Izzy, the damage has already been done. He's never going to forget that they were all the ones who decided to put him on the block. No matter what, he'll never forget that. No matter what he promises y'all about redemption. You don't got to trust Corey, but you do have to admit he's making sense. I mean, I've said I wouldn't trust him either, but he is making sense. It's Cerie's house. She's playing her game. Everyone is just a chess piece. I agree. Her face whenever he talks to her. She is so smooth too. That's a fact. They can recover. They could just. I hope you're joking, Miss Nappy Kid. I really do. I hope you're joking. We don't know yet because look at Michael last year. We didn't think he could be targeted, but they got him out. You see how long it took to get him out, though? It was like HOH, veto, HOH, veto, HOH, veto. They wanted him out for so long. I still remember Turner and Monty sitting in a room one night. And Monty is like, he has to lose something, right? It's like, he can't win everything, right? But he already took out so many people. They all wanted him out. But it's one thing to want someone out, and it's another thing if they're going to say, I'm gunning for the HOH every single time. And he said that. He's like, I'm going to gun for this HOH every time. What do they think? They're going to tell him, oh, because we saved you, lay down and don't win. Because they saved you, because we saved you, throw the competitions and don't try to win. And he's going to listen. Oh my God, I'm flabbergasted. People are underestimating how much of a magician Cerie is. His Heisem will fall in line. Trust that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not discrediting Cerie. I'm just saying people are underestimating how crazy Heisem is. That's what I'm saying. And it's only week 2 or 3, so we have plenty of game to watch. The game is getting exciting. Best backdoor. Oh, the Michael backdoor. And the Michael speech on his backdoor was one of the best. Was one of the shadiest and one of the best speeches. He'll go down in history for that one. That was hilarious. And then the zoom in on Britney's face, that was classic. He had no social game and Brit Flea was useless. Hasn't happened yet. What hasn't happened yet? All right, y'all. This is like, what, my 4th time on here today? This is wild. This is wild. Wild, 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 wild. This is wild. Out here in the wild, in the BB Saloon. The Big Brother Saloon where everything is wild. Y'all know what's crazy when I couldn't even wait to hop in my house. Exactly, and that's why it was surprising he made it that far. And Heisem could make it that far. And it's funny, like, we have 2 super fans in on these deliberations. Felicia and what's her name, Izzy, are super fans, and they're in on these deliberations. And somehow they think they're a good idea. They think that they've come up with a good idea. Something is going down in the scary room. You got to have a bigger description than that. All comps for Michael. That was his only strategy, and that's not enough in the game. What upsets me is the actual producer. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Sapphire. Especially this season. I've been very disappointed about the edits. Very disappointing. Ever since Felicia got those seasons in her HOH. Funny. Um, Something else I was gonna say before I go. Oh yeah, Felicia's not gonna be the HOH. So all they had sitting in that HOH room together, looking at all the cameras and seeing where everybody is, spying on everyone. You take that away if none of them win the HOH this upcoming week. And for me personally, I'm hoping for a wild card like America to win HOH this week. That would be hilarious. All right, everyone, I gotta quickly get ready for the episode, and then I will be back on here at its conclusion. Flip floppity flip. See y'all later.